want you to put your spirit in me, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so I can relay this message to your children, to teach them the power of speech, how you shouldn't insult people, you shouldn't deride them, you shouldn't degrade them, you shouldn't make fun of them, you shouldn't embarrass them. What does it say? Better to be thrown into a fiery furnace than to embarrass another person in public. We learn it from Yehuda and Tamar. Think about that, yo. She could have embarrassed him. Instead, she didn't. She was willing to get thrown into a fiery furnace till he stood up and admitted, she's more righteous than me. That's what a tzaddik does. He makes a mistake, he corrects it. He doesn't run away from it. He doesn't shy away or pretend or change the subject or doesn't want to talk about it. You know, one thing I love is if you just study a person, his eyes, the way he talks and his body movements, you're going to know everything about him, yo. He's going to tell you he loves you, but you'll know it's a lie. How do you know? Because you see, he doesn't look you in the eye because he turns his shoulder. You'll feel the coldness of his heart, yo. When you're in tune with your soul, you'll feel the power of another soul, for good or for bad. Disconnect from the wicked. That's why Hashem said, remove the wicked from my camp. I don't want to see them. I'm not best friends with the wicked. Yo, people think that God has mercy on the wicked. He's all merciful. You're right. He's mercy only on all those who have mercy on his children. Do you think the God of justice would make injustice? He would never make injustice. Even if you see injustice, he didn't make it. The people made it. He has to come and fix it. So he's not making injustice. You understand? So he's not going to have mercy on somebody that doesn't have mercy on his children. He's only going to have mercy on all, not merciful on all, on everyone. You think Hashem just takes mercy, which is 1 billion pounds in weight in spirituality, and just gives it away? It doesn't work like that. You got to earn that mercy. So how do you earn it? By having mercy on his children. Look, Moshe Rabbeinu, he just said that the Jews are not going to listen to you, Hashem. He doubted the Jews. Hashem punished him right there. The staff into a snake, his hand into leprosy. Yo, like that. Right away, he jumped back. Why did he jump back? Because he knew he was wrong. He saw the punishment coming. The staff turned into a snake. It almost bit him. He had to jump back. Why? Because he spoke Lashon Hara about Bnei Israel. You understand the power of speech? Here we see that Yaakov said that whoever has the teraphim will die. Rachel died. We see that the way you interpret a dream, it's the way it comes out. By the way, if you have a good dream, constantly talk about it. You know why? Because the more you talk about it, the better chance it has to be fulfilled. Power of speech is crazy. They tell you it's life and death is in the tongue. Because it's literally true. You could save your life with your tongue, or you could get yourself killed with your tongue. When your mouth is closed, you can't get in trouble. There's 2 gates, the lips and the teeth, to protect your tongue from speaking too loosely. Use the tongue to speak words of Torah, and you'll be blessed forever, yo. But if you use your tongue to slander, to make fun, to put people down, to bully, to control, then in the end, Hashem is going to hand you over to the Satan, and he's going to bully you. He's going to control you. He's going to humiliate you. He's going to degrade you. He's going to deride you. He's going to embarrass you. He's going to make fun of you. He's going to put your head in the dirt. You understand? That's the way it works, yo. The wicked have to get punished, yo. They want to do tshuva right away. Hashem, yo, if there was a guy that committed adultery, right? That is a death penalty, okay? And while he committed the sin, as he was having relations with the woman, he started to cry and felt bad and stopped. He won't get a death penalty. Look at how Hashem puts that in my mind to lay it out for you clearly so that you should know. Man, yo, that's dope. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, yo, you are in my heart, yo. I know this for a fact, yo. That's why an atheist tries to convince me that God doesn't exist. I'm laughing because I'm like, he's in my heart. You try to tell me he doesn't exist. What are you, normal? Besides the fact I see nature and clinical deaths and people come back, they all have the same story. I'll give you millions of proof. Not even millions, just 10. It's enough for you to know he's real. Emotions, you know, the soul, the body, you're sleeping. Obviously, I have dead right there, yo. You know, we did show you the power of speech. There was a kid in my yeshiva when I was in high school, yo. He was sleeping, and the rabbi was teaching us about the power of speech. So we decided to do this thing that we heard to see if it works. The rabbi told this to us in the Gemara, but we used it on him, and it worked. I'll explain. It's so gangster, yo. There was a story about a guy who was sleeping, and his friend came to him and started whispering in his ear that he was on fire. You're on fire. You're on fire. You're on fire. And the guy got up like he was on fire. He started hitting himself and like going crazy. So we decided, may God forgive me. I don't even know if I ever did tshuva for that, so I'm doing tshuva for that right this second. Maybe God punished me for that, yo. May God forgive me for that. Word up. I don't even know who we did that to, yo. Anyway, we started whispering in his ear, you're on fire. You're on fire. Yo, this kid got up like he was on fire, yo. Started hitting himself, screaming, yelling. Man, right there we saw live the power of speech, yo. It was like hypnosis, yo. If we would have whispered in his ear, if he was smoking cigarettes in a bathroom, stop smoking cigarettes in the bathroom. Stop smoking cigarettes. He would have stopped. The power of speech, bro. Look how Hashem is giving it to me. Elijah got mad when Jezebel tried to kill him. He was in the cave. Hashem asked him twice, what's wrong? Twice he got upset. Your children don't keep your covenant. They're not this. Right away he got mad. He was 1,000,000% right. But he said it in an insulting way. He got punished right away. Hashem took him up in a chariot of fire and gave his prophecy to Elisha, yo. Elisha is so dope. Saved the kid. Put the salt in the water. They called him Baldy. They made fun of him. He said a bracha, yo. 2 bears came out of nowhere. There's no even bears over there, yo. I don't know where. Just 2 bears appeared and killed 48 kids, yo. They were like teenage kids, young teenagers, yo, that were making fun of him. Why? Because he fixed the water, yo. Took away their little scheme. They were like selling people the water at a really high price because they were contaminating the water. So he came and fixed the water and now took away their business. They got mad. Very gangster, yo. Elisha, the guy with the hammer, with the axe handle. How he threw something in the water, it rose right up. With the food, how he put flour into the pot, saved them from that weed. I'll never forget how the king captured the people from Aram. And they called Elisha, what should we do with them? So you know what he told them? Feed them. Feed them and be courteous to them. And that's what they did. They fed them, they ate with them, they made friends with them and sent them on their way. Just like that, yo. And it says that as long as he was alive, they never attacked. Such a gangster story, yo. He's no joke, yo. I want to teach you a few things about Yosef and the story about him in the Torah. So many things we can learn. We learn, number 1, don't favor any of your children. That's what Yaakov did with Yosef, and the brothers got jealous. We learn, don't be a tattletale. Yosef tattletaled on his brothers, and some of the things that he said, he misconstrued. He wasn't trying to get them in trouble, but it just didn't come like they were doing business with women. But they thought that he was saying that they ate like a animal while it was alive, but he made mistakes. So it wasn't true what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? So don't be a tattletale, yo. We learned that in Shemona Esrei. Don't be an informer, yo. Word up. What else do we learn? We learn not to be seduced by women. What did he think about it? It says that he had a vision of his father, but I heard another opinion in Imam Noez that I love, that he saw a vision of his name being removed from the breastplate of the Kohen Gadol. What an embarrassment that would be. Can you imagine if his name wasn't there? If they erased his name because he made that sin with Potiphar's wife? So he didn't do it. What else do we learn? We learned that the brothers did tshuva, but they still had to get punished because what they did was vicious. We learned that Shimon was the one that stripped him and threw him in the pit. That's why he was the one that got held back and thrown in jail. We learned that the portion of the Beit HaMikdash, of the Holies of Holies, is in the section of Binyamin. And we learned that the temple, the temporary ark that they had in Shiloh, was in the tribe of Yosef's territory. What else do we learn? We learned that the reason why Yehuda was the one who was able to convince Yaakov to let him go and take Benjamin is because now that would have been the second death of his child, right? He already thought Yosef was dead, and now Benjamin might die. So who's the only one out of all the brothers that lost 2 sons that can understand what it's really like to feel like that? That was Yehuda. Think about that, yo. Deep. That's Er and Onan. And why did they die, yo? They died because they wasted seed, yo. It was an act of evil in the eyes of God, yo. They probably didn't do tshuva for it. They just did it like whatever. you do it and you do tshuva and you keep fighting and fighting and fighting, Hashem will bless you. He's not looking for you to die. He's not even looking for you to get sick. He's not even looking to punish you, yo. But he wants to make sure that you care enough to fight your desires in order to defeat them. And in the end, if you really, really love God, you'll defeat his desires. He'll help you and you'll overcome any obstacle in your way. Because when you're backed by God, it's an automatic win. Just like it says, he redeemed us. The one who redeemed Jacob. We didn't get redeemed. We're still in exile. So how can they say he redeemed us? Because when Hashem does it, it's as if it's already done. Once Hashem promises it, you can guarantee it's going to be done. And I like that, yo. The power of speech. Don't take an oath. We saw what happened to Sitkiyahu. Wow, what a punishment he got. So 10 of his children get killed and his eyes poked out. Why? Because he broke an oath that he made to Nebuchadnezzar, yo. Because he saw him eating a rabbit alive, yo. And Nebuchadnezzar got embarrassed and said to him, don't tell anybody about this. But then when he made a coup, when he revolted, he started telling all the people that to arouse their hatred against him. And when Nebuchadnezzar found out, he went nuts. And the craziest thing was, he had the vow annulled. So technically he did it by halakha. But there was a problem. And you know what the problem was? When Nebuchadnezzar came in front of the Sanhedrin, he murdered all of them. You know why? Because when they annulled the vow, he had to be there. If he's not there, the vow cannot get annulled. So since he wasn't there, and they did it in a way that wasn't kosher, he punished them for that, yo. Yo, it's so deep, yo. But back to Yosef. There was another thing I was just thinking about Yosef, yo, but it escaped me. Let's see if Hashem will bring it back to me. I think he will, because I'm talking about Yosef. I'm talking about my love for God. I'm talking about lessons we can learn. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he was sold 4 times. Oh, I like that, yo, that the people that came to pick him up weren't carrying oil, they were carrying fragrances so that it should be pleasant for him. Even when you're, God forbid, in jail or you're like in the worst place, Hashem is still there with you, you understand? That's another good lesson we learned. So, that he was playing with his hair. I told you, yo, that he had hairatitis, that he was in love with his hair. That's what my mother used to say about me when I was a kid, yo. Always playing with your hair, yo. You're not a girl, B. Word up, yo. So bottom line, that was another thing that he did. So that's what brought him the problem with Potiphar's wife, yo. Not to be too much into your looks. What else? What else, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, do we learn from the story of Yosef and his brothers, yo? Oh, that when it says that he wept on them, it's missing the Alehem, it's missing the Yud. Is missing. Why? It's a reference for the 10 martyrs that were going to be killed by the Romans. Were going to be reincarnations of the brothers. So why not Reuven? Because Reuven wasn't there when they sold him. Reuven was actually busy doing tshuva. So he got saved from being guilty and being there. How deep is that? Oh, that they dipped it in the blood of a goat. Why? Why in the blood of a goat? You know why? Because that's the one that's closest to a human. I'll tell you something so simple we learn, but so beautiful. We learn that raisins, nuts, walnuts, pistachios are extremely healthy. You know how we learn it? When Yaakov sent the gift to Yosef, he sent him good food. And when you look what it says, what does it say? Pistachios and raisins and figs and dates. You understand? It doesn't look like it's not meat, but it's healthier. Deep. That's what it says with Daniel. Yo, he ate just vegetables and water. Was healthier than all the people in the royal palace that were eating the, meat and chicken and all this other stuff. I'll tell you, if you want to eat something that's going to make you healthy, eat fish. Because it's the only thing that was directly blessed by God extra. Why? Because when the fish give birth, it's outside of the body. So something has to protect that in the ocean, yo. The eggs, they're just laying around, so they need an extra protection. So Hashem, of course, didn't rodef right away with the fish. Also, we see that they're not subject to the evil eye because they're underwater. Nobody could put the evil eye on them, yo. Deep. But we're not talking about the eyes, we're talking about the mouth, yo. Think about it, yo. You can encourage a person. The greatest form of motivation is encouragement. Think about that. Look at that wisdom right there. You could put 1,000,000 answers to that question, but nothing fits the puzzle better than encouragement. That's what Hashem would do if Hashem saw you failing. He tells you himself, don't get sad, don't get mad, and don't get depressed. It's not going to fix the problem. He'll encourage you. You're better than that. You know better. Fine, you're made of, flesh and blood. You made a mistake. Now you have an opportunity to fix it. Go daven mincha. I don't know. He'll give you a good speech, yo. But he won't put you down and he won't berate you. You know when he'll do that? He'll do that if you're nasty, arrogant, rude, and smug. He won't even do it. He'll send the Satan to do it. And then he'll put you in his hand, yo. And then you're going to really know what it is. As Job, what happened when Hashem put him in the Satan's hand. How he gave him boils from the tip of his toes to the crown of his head, yo. Chas v'chalila lo aleinu, yo. When I was younger, I got a big punishment, yo. I stepped on a sea urchin and I caught a rash. My whole body was in a rash, yo, because of the poison. I remember they told me it would last about 7 years. That poison would be in me, so I itch every time I was near grass. Or I had all these allergies in me because of that, yo. How gangster is that, yo? Probably because I had a big mouth. Loud and could be rude. Nice guy. But don't cross me, because then it's going to be a fight. You understand? With a temper. And sometimes say things with your mouth where you're better off just being quiet. So there you go. That's another lesson to teach you with the mouth. Chill with the mouth, bro. I remember there was one guy in our neighborhood that was a real jerk. And I remember I was wondering how Hashem is going to punish this guy, yo. And you know how he punished him? We were playing basketball. And there was this one Israeli kid that was real wild, yo. And he went to go knock the ball out of his hand. And he hit him with the bottom palm, that really hard part. Hit him right in the mouth and dislodged all his teeth, yo. This guy had to wire his jaw shut for 6 months. Another one with the mouth, do you understand, man? Hashem. Just problems with your teeth that Hashem could give you for talking too reckless with your mouth, yo. God forbid, lo aleinu. Protect my mouth from malicious speech. You say it in Shemona Esrei. May you guard my tongue from speaking malicious speech. May my soul be like dust to all. May my soul be silent to all those who curse me. See, again with the mouth, yo, you can answer, but you don't talk. That's good. That's deep. That's dope. And you'll be rewarded for that, yo. The mouth. What other lessons do we learn from the story of Yaakov and Yosef? Oh yeah, that Yaakov got punished, that they used a goat's blood to deceive him because he used the skin of the goat to deceive his father. Yo, it's very deep. Even though Rachel told him it's okay, even though he was allowed, still, big tzaddik like that, if Hashem wants, he can make him pay for that a little bit. 22 years he didn't see his father. 22 years he was sad. 22 years he didn't see his father. Yaakov didn't see his parents. So in turn, Yosef was taken away 22 years, yo. Steve, I'm giving you a lot of lessons from the story of Yosef, yo. It's crazy. I myself like it, yo, because I'm just wow, it's another one and another one. Go down the list, it's a lot, yo. Go down the list, it's a lot, yo. And I love studying your word. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives me life. It gives me oxygen to breathe. It heals me. Just like these foot pads I wear. Yo, you gotta buy these Chinese or Japanese foot pads, bro. They put I don't know what they put, yo. Bamboo vinegar, wormwood, and a couple of other things, yo. And then you stick it to the bottom of your foot while you sleep. And it sucks out toxins from the body, yo. It's pretty deep. And it works really good, yo. I use it on my mother every night, yo. I want to thank you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Even though my mother has some issues, you control it real well. You give her a lot of peace in her situation, which is remarkable. I see it, yo. It's amazing to me, yo. And I honestly think that when she leaves this world, she's going to leave it in her sleep, yo. It's just my opinion. I hope it happens. Amen. That's how she should leave this world, in her sleep, peacefully. Just like she led her life peacefully, yo. How she walks away from drama. I love it, yo. Somebody could slam the door in her face, walk away, and in her mind she'll tell herself, he just did me a favor. Let him go. And that's it. She seeks peace and pursue it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I'm asking you, please, because of all the peace that she made, all the people that used to come to her like she was the wise old woman from the neighborhood. She wasn't even old. She was in her 40s, yo, but everybody would come to her. All the young women would come to her for advice in marriage, advice with their boyfriends or God knows what. She didn't even be having boyfriends in Judaism or girlfriends, yo. Get married, do your thing, you know what I mean? I just wanted to thank you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so much for allowing me to do this video, for making peace, for putting peace in my heart so I could speak the words of your Torah. The Torah is likened to water. Why? Because it flows into someone who puts their ego low. Just like the water is constantly going low. He's constantly trying to find ways to put his ego low. Why? Because when you put your ego low, it shows that you know that God is running the show. It's a big Kiddush Hashem when you do that, you understand? Trust God and be peaceful, yo. All the stress, all the worry, all the anxiety, 90% of the time, you find out that you stress for nothing. And then it's always better to be with Hashem. Because He's the only one that can give you real peace, real happiness, not this happiness mixed with sorrow. Get stuck to God and get stuck to peace and happiness. Amen. Love you, Hashem. And I just want to say one or two other things about the story of Yosef. Let's see if Hashem can give me another gem. So we know that Shimon was the one that was put in jail. We know how he put the money in their sacks to get caught, so that I'll have an excuse to bring them back, to accuse them of being spies. Oh yeah, that's it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I love you. That's why Yosef did all those things to them. You know why? Not so that they can atone for their sins. So it's like he punished them to Hashem for them to suffer, to atone for their sins. But you know why else he did it? I'll tell you why. He put them through all these struggles to see if they were going to help each other, to see if they were going to love Benjamin, who wasn't their real brother. If they saw that they really loved Benjamin and tried to help him, and amongst themselves didn't fight and showed some contriteness that they sold their brother, because they told him, we came to find our brother. Do you know where our brother is? We'll pay any amount of ransom. So he knew right away that they cared about him. He saw that they cared about Yosef, that they cared about Benjamin. He saw that they cared about Shimon when he got left in jail. And they got along. And that was it. And once Yosef saw that, what did he do? He revealed himself to them. He let them know, I'm your brother Joseph. They were in shock, yo. They couldn't believe it, yo. Crazy, crazy. A lot of lessons learned. Now put them into practice, you know what I mean? Don't favor one child over the other. And if you do, definitely don't do it in public. Definitely don't embarrass another person in public. Watch what you say with your mouth, yo. Know that Hashem put two guards, yo. I already told you. The lip and the teeth. For you not to start beef, you know what I mean? Don't bully with your mouth, yo. It's not only with your hands, yo. It's worse. Sometimes it's worse to slander a person. It's worse than a murder. You murdered him, he's good, he's in heaven. You keep slandering him and keep making his life miserable. Then he's suffering forever, yo. Be careful, bullies, because God will send the bully to bully the bully. Word up. So remember, we were slaves in Egypt because the brothers sold Joseph as a slave to Egypt. Love you, Hashem.